Apologies, Senator Mungatana.
Yes, Madam Speaker, I thank you for giving me the opportunity to make a small contribution on this bill. Madam Speaker, the great senator of Kitui, the senator who has sponsored this bill, is my neighbor. Tana River County, we are neighbors with our good friends from Kitui. So when he's speaking about growing of these mung beans, Mr. Speaker, it is the same climatic region that we are talking about. I therefore stand here to strongly support this bill, Madam Speaker. Very strongly support this bill. Madam Speaker, we have watched other sectors of the economy in this country being supported by the state. Madam Speaker, we have watched the coffee sector, the tea sector, being supported by the state. But then when we come to crops that are grown on our climatic areas, on our regions, such as in Kitui, going down to Tana River and other areas, there is no support that the state has given us. Madam Speaker, what we have had is tokenism, where we are told we will send you a little fertilizer, we will send some little help from the ministry, and it's a one-off. But then, Madam Speaker, the politics of oppression, segregation in this country have been shown very much in the resource allocation in this country, Madam Speaker, on areas such as ours. Madam Speaker, you will never hear that the national government has written off loans worth billions to sectors of production in areas such as ours. But you will hear, Madam Speaker, that the government is writing off loans for coffee farmers, loans for tea sector, worth billions. All of us have paid that money, Madam Speaker. But then you will be told, because there is no law in that area, because the crops that you are growing don't have a legal framework, because the crops you are growing don't have an organized section, regulated sector, therefore. Madam Speaker, this has continued since independence, Madam Speaker. And people say, oh, the people of Kitui or the people of Tana River are not developed. It is not because the people who are leading them are not working. Madam Speaker, there has been economic segregation. And it is my prayer that in this William Ruto administration, Madam Speaker, the bottom-up spirit will go towards those areas, such as ours, to support our economies, Madam Speaker. Right now, Madam Speaker, we know special measures are being set up to support the coffee sector, to support the tea sector. But you don't hear these things happening for mung beans. You don't hear these things happening for watermelons which are grown in our areas. You don't hear these things happening for the legumes like beans that we grow in Tana River. You don't hear small-scale farmers being given small support to support their growing. This is why we continue to be segregated in this economy. We continue to be participation from outside. We are cheering in an economy where people are growing and continuing. It is very unfortunate, Madam Speaker, but you will come to our areas, and I hope you will travel enough to see even the housing. You will see it. When people get what they are calling coffee booms, they make beautiful homes, they make nice houses, they make good areas. But in our areas, there is no boom like that. There's nothing like that, Madam Speaker. You see houses that are dilapidated, farmers who are struggling to feed their homes. It's very difficult, even to feed themselves. So, Madam Speaker, I stand here and urge fellow senators to support this bill, Madam Speaker. The establishment of this regulatory sector to help the development of this sector for growth is good for us, especially those of us who have similar conditions in the drier areas of this country. Madam Speaker, when you look at this bill, and I want to point out to specific areas which we must support. I don't know where my spectacles are, Madam Speaker. I don't know. Maybe the opposition has taken it. Madam Speaker, if you look, oh, thank you. So, Madam Speaker, when you look...
What's the point of order, Sifuna?
Sifuna bwana, wacha wewe Sifuna bwana.
Madam Speaker, we are not allowed to be imputing ulterior or bad motives on our colleagues here. Can the senator withdraw because he doesn't realize he was unanswered? He has insinuated that members of the opposition have relieved him of some of his property. Now that it has been found, I think he needs to withdraw and apologize. We are not thieves, Madam Speaker.
Senator Mungatana, please withdraw.
Madam Speaker, I withdraw and apologize. And I never said that. Sifuna, you know that you are a fine gentleman. But Madam Speaker,